of Days of Our Lives. Please welcome to the stage Lisa Sears. All right, so how many of you guys are directly affected with MS? Like a friend or family member or yourself? Besides my sisters from another mister. Guinness? Dennis. I thought you said Guinness. I'm like, that makes you look like you have MS. It's true. So, okay, I'm going to educate you guys since that's what we're here for, right? Okay? How's that? All right, so I wrote them down because there are a lot of things. And I have MS brain, and I don't remember them. So here we go. All right, so one of the biggest problems that most of you probably have seen, if you've ever seen somebody with MS, is the walking and balance problems.
Yeah.
You guys seen that? We look drunk. Like I said, the Guinness. Yeah. Actually, at St. Patty's Day 2 years ago, cop comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder and goes, "Ma'am, are you okay? Have you had too much to drink?" And I said, "Sir, I've only had 3 green waters. I am fine, thank you very much. Come see me later." Yeah, I just got there. Anyways, but there's also this thing called drop foot. Has anybody heard of this?
Yes.
No? Okay, so you haven't? Okay, well, I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you all about it. It's basically, we can trip over a curb, a dog, a kid, whatever. It's drop foot. We just fall down and go boom all the time for no reason at all. We just drop. Instead of drop foot, I think it should be called drop a fool. Because it drops this fool all the time. Don't all. Trust me. Trust me. I'm living an amazing life. I'm very blessed. Don't all me, because I'm living my best life. It's amazing, you guys. It is. Perception is reality, and my perception of life is amazing. So, it's attitude and determination. But, okay, so we do talk funny, and not like what I'm doing, that's called comedy. Kind of teaching, educational comedy type thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, sometimes we slur like we've had the Guinness again, or the Guinness, whatever. But we slur like we're drunk. I was playing softball years ago, and my friend threw me out of the game, and which I was the coach. She goes, "Go sit down." I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Go sit down." I'm like, "Okay." So I wobbled over the bench, and this girl goes, "How much have you had to drink, Sears?" I'm like, "Nothing." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And her friend goes, "She doesn't drink. She has MS." And she's like, "Oh my God," because I wobbled and slurred like I was totally on the Guinness. Sorry, I gotta watch my mouth. Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny because if you are drunk, you can always blame it on the MS. Look at the positives of this, you guys. Come on. You gotta look at the bright side. And there are times that if you asked us to do something, we didn't hear you, because there are hearing problems involved. We didn't ignore you, we just didn't hear you. And if we did ignore you, it's because we have an excuse, we didn't hear you. Again, look at the positives, right? All right, forgetting everything, like my notes here, you see what I'm saying? MS brain is real. You guys have heard of chemo brain, right?
Yes.
It's kind of the same thing. Yeah, I'm doubly, yeah. I have both of those brains, so I can't remember a thing. This is positive, though. When I run into people I haven't seen since like high school, and I can't remember who they are, but their face looks familiar, I'm not a jerk. I have MS. I mean, come on, seriously. And if you're standing right in front of me and I don't recognize you, it's because we can't see very well sometimes. Sometimes people have lost their visions. Guinness back there has. I mean, I haven't. I've been very blessed. But if I ever did lose my sight, I would hope it's the day that I wake up after a one-night stand. So I don't have to coyote ugly my arm. Come on. That's good. That's funny. All right. The other thing that's kind of embarrassment for some people with MS is our bladder and bowel problems. We're grown adults that just tend to go to the bathroom in the middle of the street or restaurant or wherever we're at. So If you see somebody, it's kind of like you've seen the movie with Adam Sandler. The cool kids are doing it. If you see somebody with MS pee themselves in public and have it down their legs, just do it with them. So, like the cool kids. I'm not saying you have to poop your pants like they do, or we do. Not they, I'm we. But just, you know, do it like Adam Sandler did. Look, the cool kids are doing, not you. Not you. No. Sorry. Kidding. Oopsie. Okay, mood. My sisters from another mister can attest for this. We can go from 0 to hate you to, hey, what do you want for dinner, honey? Want to make me a steak? I'll make you a steak. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll clean the house. What are you doing? Why are you making a steak that way? Come on, can't you make it the right way? I love you. Seriously, it's ridiculous. Heat and cold. The heat, sometimes it just makes you go paralyzed. But the cold hurts like heck. And you know what? I'm looking for that place that has that perfect temperature. I Googled it. It was like down in Mexico. I don't know if I'm ready for that, you guys. I don't know if I can go live there, especially if they're building a wall. Swallowing problems? I haven't had that issue. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, there you go. Catch up. All right, other little things. Slow over here. Never mind. Okay, other little things just going through this. Tremors, spasticity, numbness. Think about when you go to the bathroom and you've sat there playing Candy Crush for like 20 minutes and you stand up and you can't hardly walk. That's how we feel a lot of the times. I haven't had the breathing problems, obviously, because if you take a breath, you can't talk, and I'm constantly talking. Pain, we're pains for sure in the rungs. The one that people don't want to talk about the most is the sexual dysfunctions.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. It's not because you gained 10 pounds. It's not that we're not attracted to you. We still love you. It's just that we don't have a desire. You're still attractive. We love you, but good night. All right, so anyways, there's your schooling. How many of you guys, since none of you have MS, except for Guinness back there, how many of you take CBD? Yeah? It really helps with the pain with MS. It really does. If you guys aren't on it, you should. And I went down to the CBD store to pick up some CBD, and I was standing in line behind this lady, middle-aged woman and her husband, and they're picking up some CBD, and she's like, I wish my dad would take this. And the lady cashing them out goes, slip it in his coffee. I said, did you just tell her to Cosby her dad?
Oh, no!
So, like he said, my name is Lisa Sears. Lisa with 2 S's, just in case you want to look me up. And Sears, like the store, no relation. Because if I were, they wouldn't have been called Snap-on tools. If you didn't get the swallow joke, you may now. And, you know, I'm so gay that I have the mute on my GPS because every time I'm on my way to homo, sweet homo, she's always telling me, go straight, go straight. Mind your business. I like who I am. I mean, I've been out since BE. Before Ellen.
Oh!
Yeah, you millennials, she's not always been out.
Yes.
This was back before I even knew what LBG or T even meant, let alone the elemental P, QRS, and everything else they're adding to it. And I got asked if I was cis. Have you guys heard this yet? Cis? And I was like, yeah, I have a cis. They're like, no, are you cis? And I'm like, yeah, she calls me cis. They're like, no, what were you born as and what do you identify as? I was like, oh, well, I was born a woman and I identify as a lesbian female. Unless the bathroom lines are long. Right? I mean, no. And it was funny because I was a freshman in high school and this upperclassman yelled, dyke. And I was like, he must think I'm rotating water. That's a damn joke. There you go. Kind of punny. Yeah. Well, and there weren't sororities when I was in school, when I started college, you know, they didn't have gay sororities. And so we had to create one, and so we started looking through the Greek letters, you know, and we're like, okay, what can we make? And we figured out the Greek letters that would go together. I ate a pie. I like these two. Thank you. All right. I am getting up in the age where I'm learning some new things about myself, you guys. And, you know, I'm learning my arms are magical because they still wave after I'm done waving. Come on, ladies. I'm not the only one. And I realized that if the slippery noodle was missing trombone player, I could fill in because that's how I read my text now. Can you help me out here? Right? You don't know, you're too young. But there's this thing that I started doing now that I've gotten older. The pee poop. Anybody else?
What?
The pee poop.
The pee poop.
The pee poop. You go pee and you wipe and you're like, ah, poop. That's not the weirdest one. I've got one more. Welcome to getting older. I found out I'm into S&M.
Oh no.
Yeah. Not the really weird kind where you like toenails or anything like that. But kind of like when you get a tattoo, the good pain. Feels good, but it hurts. And it's only with one woman, and I have to be in her room so I feel safe. But the other day, she was really hurting me. And I started yelling, pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. And she's like, why are you yelling pineapple? And I'm like, is that not our safe word? She said, no, I'm your chiropractor. So just stop. No, that's a good joke. Come on, that's a good joke. All right, I'll leave you guys on this one. So, a couple of years ago, I went to this, I bought some stuff off the garage sale site marketplace. Do you guys do those? You guys got internet down here in Shelbyville, right? Okay, just making sure you guys, just making sure dial up. Okay, anyways, so I bought some stuff off the marketplace, and I went to this lady's house to pick it up. And her cat came around the corner. It was the most beautiful cat I'd ever seen in my life. And I took a picture of it and everything. Cheers, everybody!